Good evening. I'm Howard Pines, Dean of Students at the University of US. Before we get started, would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. The graduation is a celebration of our 7th year with 53 students graduating the program this year. We have an exceptional group of students this year who met our stringent requirements for graduation. We are honored also to have a number of special guests who have been supporters of our program since the beginning. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Kathy Burns, will be here, and Director of Secondary Schools, Natasha Drake, is here. Some of the other people I would like to recognize, first of all, are a number of our board members. Rod Odom is providing the food tonight. Trip Amos, we can't beat that, and Rod always orders more food than we need. Trip Amos is not here tonight, but his dad was very important to us, and he's taken over the speakers program from his dad. Jim Flynn, who's not here tonight, is our treasurer, and Al Watson, our president, will be handing out the Constitution Bowl awards. There's a number of other people who do a lot of hard work who nobody recognizes, people like Tricia and Tim Dunleavy, Heidi Cook, Julie Hustler, who's assistant treasurer, and Judith Pines, who is married to someone here. There's also Kayla Bryan, who helps me with the Federalist Papers, and also helps Stan Cottle, who is our communications head, with putting on our programs. He also helped with the Constitution Bowl. John Drew came here, and he was one of the people who helped us start this program. Mike Cole, who's very big out in the west side and has done a lot for us out there, and Bill and Penny Gingrich, who are big supporters of us across the board. So with that, I would like to introduce our terrific Director of Operations since the beginning, and somebody that's very lucky how you run into people. She was just retiring as the assistant superintendent of schools, and she's now, as I said, runs the school for the last 7 years, Sharyl Wood.
Well, good evening. It's wonderful to see all of you here today, especially all the parents. We're used to seeing all these lovely students, but it's wonderful to have parents here tonight. Howard mentioned that we have 53 graduates this year. That's the second highest number in the life of the University of US. Only the year before COVID did we have more than that, and it was just a couple more. In order to be considered a graduate, everybody knows you have to attend 5 of 6 classes and you have to pass the final exam. Now, I thought this final exam was pretty easy, but my husband actually saw a copy of it next to the computer last night, and he said, "That was a hard test." And he was a history major when he was in college. Now, that was a year or two ago, but anyway, so it was a rigorous test. And he said, "Whoever made it up did a really good job, Howard."
With your help.
Well, with the help of the judges that help us out in so many ways, contribute also to helping us make the questions for the test. So there were 23 of those 53 graduates who were eligible and submitted an essay for our essay contest. We had 10 students out of the 53 who were in 9th or 10th grade, which means that, wow, they have a long road ahead to attend the University of US if they want to. They can attend for another 2 or 3 years. So each year over the past 7 years, we have given out scholarships. In the beginning, there were only 2 scholarships, but then after that, we've been giving out 5 scholarships every year for the past 6 years. And for the past 3 years, I believe, we've been giving out a $10,000 first place scholarship. So that adds up to quite a lot of money this year only for the essay scholarships. We're giving out $30,000 alone. Plus we give $1,500 scholarships for the Constitution Bowl team that wins, and $500 and $250 awards for the second and third place team winners. Every student here tonight is going to go home with some money because if you graduate from the University of us, you get $100. And if you submitted an essay to the essay contest, win or lose, you receive $200 if the essay was deemed to be eligible for the contest. And if you are a student ambassador, you receive $250. And that is because that person who is a student ambassador has been in the program for at least 2 years and has been a leader and has volunteered to do extra things during the course of the year. We hope that the students have enjoyed the speakers that we've had over the past year. Those speakers include the Honorable Adrian Soud, who spoke on the founders of the Constitution. We had James Madison and Alexander Hamilton here one month. They dressed in full regalia and discussed the content of their Federalist Papers and the effect that they had on the ratification of the Constitution. The Honorable James Daniel, who is a circuit judge of the 4th Judicial Circuit, spoke about the Articles of the Constitution. State Representative Cord Bird and the Honorable Steve Falgren, circuit judge of the 4th Judicial Circuit, spoke on the amendments to the Constitution. Associate Professor of Law at the UNC School of Law, David Ardia, spoke on important Supreme Court justices. And the Honorable Jenny Higginbotham and the Honorable Eric Robertson spoke about Supreme Court cases that are landmark cases, considered landmark cases in the Supreme Court's history. So everyone has an agenda or a program on the table, and we're going to move right along into the awarding of program graduation certificates. But we're also going to deviate just a little bit. We're going to move that presentation of monetary awards up by the certificate. So you're going to get your certificate and your money at the same time. So when I call your name, if you would please come up, and Mr. Pines is going to hand you your certificate and your envelope. Benjamin Adams. It's not here. Emma Berner. Jacob B. Elías Brand. Amelia Burbo. Eva Burbo. Hannah Campbell. Crew Connor. Christina Cortes. Sarah Coston. Bailey Cruz. Amy Cullen. Anna Claire Cunningham. William Cunningham. Hayden Dunlap. Carly Dunn. Amelia Gallo. Madeline Gelston. Meredith Gelston. Cameron Good. Jenna Graves. Eva Hawkes. Coleman Hawkins. Elizabeth Holton. Kyle Hutchinson. Abigail Jarrett. Brody Jeremiah. Ethan Johnson. Sebastian Joinville. Yeah, okay. Connor Kirkland. Adelaide Kwiatkowski.
Congratulations.
Annalise Kwiatkowski. Caden McNabb. Emma Murphy. Charles Nordstrom. Emma Nordstrom. Ronan Parkinson. Katie Pine. Landon Plunges. Kaylie Poteat. Elijah Ratliff. John Ritchie. Elizabeth Robinson. Olivia Rogers. Haley Santos. James Sellers. Madeline Smarachek. Mason Smarachek. Caitlin Thomas. Lauren Walters. Carson Watts. Ryland Wayburn. Benjamin Wyndham. Let's have a hand for these 53 graduates of the University of Us. Is she here?
Every year we have a guest speaker, and one of our favorites we want to introduce is the Honorable Jenny Higginbotham, who this year, with Judge Eric Roberson, as Sharyl said, taught the class on the most important Supreme Court cases. Judge Higginbotham has been a valuable asset to our program, also serving as a member of the Essay Competition Committee, and she was a judge at the Constitution Bowl. She grew up in Callahan as a graduate of West Nassau High School, the University of North Florida, and Florida State University College of Law. She is now, I believe, the only county judge in the 4th Judicial Circuit and provides over both criminal and civil cases involving $50,000 or less. Let me introduce Jenny to us.
Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here. I'm honored to have been asked to speak today. First and foremost, I want to say how proud I am to be part of the Scholarship Foundation. I'm proud to know Howard and Judith Pines, Al Watson, Jim Flynn, Rod Odom, and of course the late Bill Amos, and now his son, Trip Amos. It's such an honor just to be part of this group, and quite frankly, when Mr. Pines asked me to speak today, I'm like, what do you want me to talk about? These people are really smart. He said, why don't you talk about leadership? Because leadership is very important to me. When I'm asked questions about the University of Us, I always go back to leadership. The reason why I go back to leadership is because although I was very interested in the Constitution, our government, the history, laws while I was growing up, because I knew I wanted to be a lawyer and one day judge, not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone's interested in the law. Well, I don't know why, but not everyone's interested in the law, and that's fine because being part of this program, you've exhibited and shown that you are invested in your future, in our community's future. And that's a quality of being a leader. So leadership, by graduating from this program, you're just showing how important your future is and everyone else's future is in order to invest in the community. So when he asked me to talk about leadership, I said, okay, that's fine. That's easy. Let's talk about leadership. And then when I started to talk or write down some comments about what I wanted to focus on, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about? It's a huge subject. And he only gave me like 5 minutes to talk. And if you know me, Miss Rogers, I see you out there, I'm like Miss Rogers, I like to talk. So I'm going to try to really focus on a couple of things. But when I thought about it, I thought about some of our strongest leaders in history, Dr. Martin Luther King. I thought about some of our local leaders, Mr. Pines, Judge Foster. But then I also wanted to talk a little bit about what makes a good leader. And as you all know, leadership is about setting a positive example and serving as a role model for others. It involves exhibiting integrity, ethics, and a strong sense of responsibility. A leader demonstrates honesty, transparency, and accountability, inspiring trust and fostering a culture of respect and collaboration. Those are a lot of words. So really, what makes a good leader? Well, when I started to think about what I really wanted to focus on, because I've only got 5 minutes and I think I've already spoken for about 10, there are 3 things that I think make up a good leader. So, you've all spent about a year in this program. You spent a little bit of extra time that you have coming to class once a month, studying for the exam, preparing for the Constitutional Bowl, and writing an essay. And as I know with my ladies, women of influence that I work with at West Nassau, you all are some very busy people, much more busier than we are, because you're presidents of clubs, you're in Key Society, you're president of your class, you're very dedicated students, so you're really busy. So why in the world would you spend your extra time here learning about the Constitution and spending it with us? Is it to learn about the Constitution? Maybe. To be around people from our county? Maybe. To pad your resume, to make your resume look good for college? Maybe. To earn money for scholarships? Maybe. To be around smart people? Maybe. Why? So the reason why I bring this up is because you've exhibited the first step of being a leader. You are focusing on what's important, and you're doing what you're extending yourself to shape your future. And so what I mean by that is, if you look at your calendar, and I know y'all probably use Google Calendar, I like my paper calendar. When I started looking at this, when you see what's important to you, you can look at your calendar. Where do you spend your money? Where do you spend your time? What do you focus on? And the reason why that's so important, and why I'm bringing it up as an important leader, is because you all are getting ready to take your next chapter in life. And you all have big goals. And I'm here to make sure, I'd like to remark about when you focus on those goals, and I know you all are very focused, make sure what you're doing, invest in that goal. So take a look at your calendar. Is what you're spending your time on, your money on, your energy on, is that investing in your future? I submit that you all being part of this program and graduating is absolutely investing in your future. So that's your one step. So when you take your next chapter, focus on what's important to you and stay focused. Write it down. Make sure you're spending that time in what's important. The next thing I wanted to talk about, are you courageous enough to abandon a practice? So this is the part of the leadership that's probably not the most fun. Are you willing to say no to a bunch of yes people? Because a strong leader, in the words of the Honorable Robert Williams, will do what's right even when it's not right. And what I mean by that is it's easy to go along with a crowd. It's easy to go along with the people that's in your support group to do what everybody thinks is right, but a leader will step out and do what's right, even though it may not be what's popular. Okay, those are two of the things that I think are just easy leadership things. The one thing I really want to focus on, and what I think is important, and why I'm so proud to be part of this group, is develop a diverse network of relationships. I'm part of this group because someone introduced me to Howard and Judith Pines. That was at the time, I didn't know how valuable that introduction was, but I took a step out of my comfort zone and mingled around people that I usually don't mingle with, and now I've formed a wonderful friendship with Judith and Howard Pines. So when you're taking your next step out in the real world, whether that's going to be a huge university, whether that's in a big corporation, or whether it's in a small community, make sure you develop a diverse network of relationships. Because what I always say, and I've said this throughout my life, and I really didn't know why I said it, but it really makes sense, especially part of this talk, is you can be the smartest person in a room and know the most, but if you don't know how to communicate it, and if you don't have anyone to communicate it with, it doesn't really matter what you know. So you've got to really surround yourself with a diverse network of people. And what do I mean by that? You have your support network, you have your people that will love you no matter what. That's usually our family, our best friend, a work colleague that knows where all your dead bodies are buried, but they still love you anyway. And then you also need to have a challenge network. You need to have a trust network that will take down some of your strongest convictions. And I don't mean to be adversarial, I mean to challenge you. Because once you're challenged, then you're going to grow. And so you need those two networks. And you may have those same people within that same network, but take a step out of your comfort zone and develop your challenge network. And if you don't have anyone in your challenge network, may I provide you with Judge Foster's contact information? He will be glad to be part of your challenge network. Judge Foster has a special way to tell you that you're absolutely out of your mind without telling you that you're absolutely out of your mind. That's what you need. But in all seriousness, get you a network that you trust. And like the Honorable Bob Williams said, do what's right even when it's not right. So I'll leave you with this 15 minutes in. Look around, graduates and those juniors and sophomores. Look around. You have a network of people that care about your community, about your future, and our country. So not only have you earned money through this program, you've earned a network of people that have been successful and continue to be successful through the investment in this program and you all. When you close this chapter and start the next chapter, make sure you take what you've learned with you. You will always be busy, but never too busy to expand and diversify your network. Like I said, you may be the smartest person in the room, but if you do not know how to communicate or have anyone to communicate with, it won't matter. Step outside your comfort zone, engage, expand, and enrich. Congratulations, and thank you for letting me be here with you today.
Maybe my two toughest jobs this year were writing the questions for the Constitution Bowl, which we have to redo each year. And we have so many top students that asking one of them to be the speaker tonight was also really a tough job. But we came up with Eva Burbo, one of our top students, and a member of the home educated team who came in second this year. We asked Eva to talk about her life and her experience with the University of Us. She's a graduate with honors, and next year is going to college. We're at Central Florida, where one of our other top scholarship winners has gone. She's going to pursue a degree in political science. And I hope, she told me what she wants to do later in life. I hope I'll be around, I doubt it. But if I am, she wants to be a diplomat or a senator, and I hope to see it. Eva?
Hello everyone, it is great to be here. As Mr. Pine said, I am Eva Burbo and I have been a student at the University of Us for the past 2 years. I'm a homeschool high school senior who will be graduating with an associate degree in the next few weeks. I plan to attend the University of Central Florida to study political science with a track in international relations and comparative politics, and I aspire to be either a senator or a diplomat one day. As I mentioned before, this is my second year in the University of Us. It has been a pleasure to have been taught about our government from knowledgeable people, such as university professors, judges, representatives, and lawyers. The games and trivia I have played after the outstanding lectures and amazing pizza help cement what I learned in the lecture in a fun, interactive way. The University of Us program has educated me about the Founding Fathers, our founding documents, and the way our unique government works. Through this program, I have learned how important it is to know my rights and know what makes America so great. One of my favorite things about the program are the lectures and how open the speakers are to questions any of the students might have. Last month, I also had the privilege of participating in the Constitution Bowl with our homeschool team, which placed second. I had so much fun studying for the bowl with my team and making new friends along the way. Another thing I look forward to every year is the annual trip to Tallahassee that the University of Us hosts. I think it is so cool to see everything I have learned in class play out in Florida's capital. During my trips to Tallahassee, I have had the privilege of seeing Congress in session, visiting the governor's office, and sitting in the chairs of the justices of the Supreme Court of Florida. My favorite thing from our most recent trip to Tallahassee was getting to read and hold the original petition for writ of habeas corpus that Mr. Gideon wrote to the Florida Supreme Court that eventually led to the famous Gideon versus Wainwright case. I have greatly enjoyed my time with the University of US, and it has grown my interest in government, leading me to pursue a degree in political science and a career in public office. I deeply appreciate how invested the speakers and the USCSF board is in the students' education about our American government. Thanks to the University of US program, I feel prepared to be an active and engaged citizen of the United States of America. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Mr. Al Watson, where are you, Mr. Watson, to come up and help me distribute the awards for the Constitution Bowl. First, we would like to recognize all of those students who are in the University of US who participated in the Constitution Bowl. Because win or lose, I think everyone who participates gains so much from the experience. We're going to call you up by teams, and if you could stay here with your whole team until all the team members that are here have been recognized. And with Hilliard, that will be Miss Jenna Graves. Jenna's team was rounded out by some other students who are not currently in the University of US, although some have been. And congratulations, Jenna. Come on around this way. Next, I'd like to recognize all the students from the Lindisfarne Hall School. This school is a private school in Fernandina Beach. Last year, we only had one student, and so that student participated with the home school students. But this year, they fielded a team. And so I would like to call up their coach, Mrs. Janelle Gelston. And the team members, Benjamin Adams, Madeline Gelston, here are the ladies, Madeline, Meredith Gelston, and William Cunningham, and then also Benjamin Adams was also on the team. He is not here with us tonight. Y'all kind of scoot together. The West Nassau High School team had University of US students Amy Cullen and Hayden Dunlap, as well as two other students who were not a member of the University of US. This year, the award levels were extended to include third place, and in third place, we have Fernandina Beach High School. So we have team members Christina Cortes, Olivia Rogers, Kyle Hutchinson, and J.B. Sellers.
Congratulations, young man. Good job.
So these students were awarded scholarships in the amount of $250. And students, inside your folder, you will find the instructions about how to access that. This year, the second place team has been awarded a $500 scholarship, and their coach was Miss Elías Burbo. Are you here, Miss Burbo? Yes. And the team includes Emma Nordstrom,
Good job, Ella.
Eva Burbo,
Good job.
Lauren Walters, and Eva Hawkes.
Congratulations. Good job.
Good evening, everyone. Look at me. Over here. Hello. Thank you.
And our first place team was from right here, home of the Hornets, the Yulee High School team, first place, second year in a row. And the only person on that team that's in the University of Us this year was Mr. Sebastian Joinville, who unfortunately is not here tonight. But let's give him a hand anyway. The other members of the team were, two of them were in the University of Us last year, and the other one, we don't know where he is, but we hope he comes to the University of Us next year.
When we came up with the idea for this program, we needed help, and we were really lucky. The individual who probably was the most responsible for helping us get started and still is a great asset to us is Judge Robert Forster. At that time, he was the head of the the administration of the judges for the Fourth Circuit. Right. There you go. And we probably, as I said, would not have been able to launch the program. He continues to be an invaluable resource and always helps me come up with new people to speak, and even sometimes his wife helps me write the Constitution Bowl questions. He's agreed to say a few words today and will announce and congratulate this year's winner of the essay committee, which he heads up for us. Thank you, Judge.
And I will say just a few words. Thank you, Howard, for the kind introduction. Actually, I did very little of the work. It was Howard and Al and their families who started this and has made it such a great organization. I am merely the pretty face that's put forward to the public. This year we have 2 leadership awards that we want to give. The foundation realizes that leadership is an important skill in being an active citizen. And we've created 2 $1,000 scholarships, and they're based on several criteria, some of which are nomination by the adults who are members of the foundation, who sit in on the classes and watch the students, how they participate and how they react, attending all 6 classes, attending outside events such as speaker forums that are offered, and the trip to Tallahassee, volunteering to help during the class, being a student ambassador, and participating in the scholarship essay, although not being a finalist. In the leadership awards this year, the first one goes to Emma Nordstrom. Why don't you stay right here, and we'll get the other winner. And the other winner is Ronan Parkinson. Congratulations. The last scholarships are our scholarship for essays, and those are given to 11th and 12th graders who participate in the essay contest. They also have to attend 5 of the 6 classes we give, and of course they have to pass the final exam. They have to write an original essay of a minimum of 2,000 with a maximum of 3,000 words. And this year the topic was the founders chose a democratic republic over a pure democracy for our form of government. And the points they had to address were why did they view the republic as a better choice? Would they make the same choice today? Why or why not? What positive consequences do you believe resulted from our chosen form of government? And do you have any concerns with our form of government? And if so, what? And the essays this year were probably the hardest to judge, and I judge that by how long it takes us to whittle it down to 5. And it was very difficult for the 5 members of the committee to narrow it down to 5. The discussions sometimes got professionally contentious, but we did come to a consensus. And the first scholarship, which is the Stephen Braddock Scholarship, goes to a West Nassau High student, Bailey Cruz. Okay. Over here, because I want to get all 5 of you together. Our next one, the Mr. and Mrs. Dennis Schroeder Scholarship, goes to a homeschooler, Charles Nordstrom. Take your hat off. Okay, why don't you stand over here? The third scholarship goes to Landon Plungus Homeschool. And the fourth, I'm not sure, Howard, this might be a typo. It says Olivia Rogers. All right, just stay over here for the last one. And our Stephen Ardea Scholarship, the last scholarship, which is sort of the first place award, is 2 $5,000 scholarships, goes to Eva Burbo Homeschool. This is your night. Come here, let's get a picture.
And our last speaker before we eat, one of our favorite people who also was responsible for this program and who we could never do without, is Dr. Kathy Burns, who will say a few words to us.
Well, in case you haven't recognized it yet, you're in a room full of very smart young people. And if you had the opportunity to participate or to actually be an audience member for the Constitution Bowl, you would know exactly how smart they are. So you know what? Our future is very bright. So let's give all these students another great round of applause. And we are so thankful for this program for all of our students, whether you're a homeschooler or you're in a private school or you're in the Nassau County School District, because what a difference it makes. As I was walking in this evening, their banners hang on the fence for the University of us, and it says, "We give scholarships." There's so much more to it than that. They give scholarships. They give so much money. They give so much of their time. And the founders and the leaders of this organization have made sure that we do not let this fall by the wayside. They're just as excited today as they were the first day that we started this program. So I want you all in the audience, parents, students, to give these folks a round of applause who started this. They're still leading it today. And let me just say one more thing. Howard Pines will not let you forget any detail about this. Howard, Judith, Al Watson, there's an army of people behind this. So I just want to thank you so much. But I have the opportunity also to work with many of the students on a superintendent student advisory council. So I get to hear about their meetings. I get to hear about their speakers. And they are so excited about everything that they're doing and everything that they're learning. So thank you for allowing your students to be a part of this. I want to thank you all once again for being here. And just know that our future is bright and we have some very smart young people that are leading the way. So thank you all.